2025 Suzuki XL7, written in a natural, engaging tone while covering all aspects, features, performance, design, practicality, and more. It's structured as a flowing explanation, without titles, and is approximately 5,000 words long. The 2025 Suzuki XL7 arrives with subtle refinements that enhance its appeal as a family-oriented yet stylish crossover MPV. It walks a fine line between rugged SUV looks and practical 7-seater functionality, positioning itself as a smart option for buyers who want something more versatile than a hatchback and more affordable than a traditional SUV. Right from the outset, what catches your attention is its confident stance. Even though it shares its platform with the Suzuki Ertiga, the XL7 distinguishes itself through more robust styling elements, higher ground clearance, and a more aggressive presence on the road. The front end is particularly striking, thanks to a bold hexagonal grille with thick chrome accents that give it an upscale character. Flanking the grille are sleek full LED headlamps with integrated LED DRLs, which not only look modern but also improve nighttime visibility significantly. The bumper is muscular, featuring a faux skid plate design that subtly hints at off-road potential, even if the vehicle is primarily urban-focused. Suzuki has done well to design a car that looks tougher than it actually is, which, in this price range, works in its favor because many customers are drawn to vehicles that appear capable and rugged, even if their use is limited to city commutes and highway cruising. The side profile reinforces this SUV-inspired design with body cladding that runs across the wheel arches and side skirts. The roof rails add to the visual height of the vehicle, and the 16-inch black alloy wheels complement the overall look with just the right amount of sportiness. Chrome door handles and subtle character lines along the body panels help break the monotony, and the glasshouse effect is accentuated by the floating roof design at the rear pillar. The roof itself is slightly raised compared to the Ertiga, providing more headroom in the third row and enhancing that crossover silhouette. At the rear, the XL7 maintains its bold theme. The tail lamps are redesigned LED units with a light guide that runs vertically, and a chunky rear bumper continues the SUV mimicry with silver-colored accents and blacked-out lower trim. The rear spoiler, chrome garnish, and the XL7 badge proudly displayed above the number plate give it a confident finish. Overall, it's a design that doesn't try to be something it's not. It's bold enough to be noticed but restrained enough to appeal to families who prioritize function over flamboyance. Step inside, and the cabin continues this theme of practical sophistication. The interior of the 2025 XL7 is finished in an all-black scheme with silver and carbon fiber texture accents on the dashboard and door trims. The materials aren't premium in the traditional sense, there's no soft-touch plastic or stitched leather on the dash, but what you get is a clean, durable, and smartly laid-out cabin that will hold up well to daily use. The seats are wrapped in faux leather with contrast stitching, which adds a premium touch, and the padding is firm yet comfortable, especially in the first two rows. The dashboard design is relatively straightforward, and that's a good thing because everything is exactly where you expect it to be. The center of the dash houses a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system that supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, along with Bluetooth and USB connectivity. The UI is simple and responsive, although it's not the flashiest screen out there. Physical controls for climate settings are placed below the screen, and Suzuki wisely retains knobs and buttons instead of going full digital, something that drivers with families will appreciate for its ease of use. Storage space is abundant in the XL7. You get large door pockets that can accommodate 1-liter bottles, a decent-sized glove box, and multiple cup holders throughout the cabin. There's a center armrest in the front with a small storage bin, and the rear seats also have dedicated bottle holders and charging ports, including USB and 12V outlets. These small touches go a long way in making daily use more convenient, especially on long trips with multiple passengers. The second row seats are captain chairs, which is a significant highlight of the XL7. This configuration is ideal for comfort and ease of access to the third row. The seats slide and recline, and even taller adults will find decent legroom and shoulder space here. The aisle between the captain seats allows easy walk-through access to the rear, which is a huge plus if you have kids or elderly passengers. The third row, while better suited for children or smaller adults, is not as cramped as you'd expect. Headroom has been improved slightly for the 2025 model, and thanks to the upright design of the rear windows, it doesn't feel claustrophobic. In terms of practicality, the XL7 continues to score high. With all three rows in place, the boot space is limited to around 153 liters, which is just enough for a couple of small bags or grocery runs. However, folding the third row expands the space to over 500 liters, which is more than enough for weekend luggage or larger shopping hauls. The seats fold flat and the process is simple enough that you can reconfigure the layout in seconds. The loading lip is also low, making it easier to place heavier items. Now, let's talk about what powers the XL7. Under the hood lies Suzuki's tried and tested 1.5-liter K15B 4-cylinder petrol engine. It's the same unit found in many of Suzuki's vehicles across different segments. It produces around 103 horsepower and 138 Newton-meters of torque. These numbers aren't going to blow anyone away, but for everyday use, they are more than sufficient. You have two transmission choices, a 5-speed manual and a 4-speed automatic. While the manual is more engaging and fuel efficient, the automatic is the preferred choice for urban buyers who want a hassle-free experience. On the move, the XL7 feels light and easy to drive. The engine delivers smooth power in the low and mid-range, making it ideal for city driving. It's not the quickest off the line, but it builds speed in a relaxed manner. The automatic gearbox, although dated with just 4 speeds, does its job well enough in regular driving. It upshifts smoothly and rarely feels strained unless you demand a sudden burst of acceleration. On the highway, it cruises comfortably at 80 to 100 kilometers per hour, though overtaking at higher speeds requires some planning. What the XL7 lacks in outright performance, it makes up for in refinement and fuel efficiency. The engine is quiet under normal driving, and Suzuki has done a good job with cabin insulation. There's minimal engine or road noise at city speeds, and even on highways, it remains composed. With mild hybrid technology incorporated into some variants, the XL7 gets an integrated starter generator that helps with auto start-stop and torque assist. This setup contributes to better mileage and smoother stop-go performance in traffic. You can expect real-world fuel economy figures between 16 to 19 kilometers L depending on driving habits and conditions, which is excellent for a vehicle of this size. Handling is another area where the XL7 surprises. Thanks to its monocoque chassis and front-wheel drive layout, it handles more like a car than an SUV. The steering is light, which makes maneuvering in tight city spaces or parking lots effortless. While it's not the sharpest when it comes to cornering or high-speed lane changes, it remains stable and predictable, exactly what you want from a family vehicle. The suspension setup strikes a balance between comfort and firmness. It soaks up most potholes and road undulations without drama, and even when fully loaded, the ride quality remains composed. Braking performance is adequate with disc brakes at the front and drums at the rear. The pedal feel is progressive, and the stopping distance is well within acceptable limits. For added safety, Suzuki includes ABS with EBD, Electronic Stability Program (ESP), hill hold assist, and dual airbags as standard. The top variants come with 6 airbags, rear parking sensors, a reverse camera with guidelines, and even a 360-degree camera system, which makes parking in congested urban areas much easier. In terms of driver assistance and convenience features, the 2025 XL7 has stepped things up modestly. While it doesn't offer Level 2 ADAS or radar-guided cruise control like some more expensive competitors, it does include essentials like keyless entry with push-button start, a tilt-adjustable steering wheel with audio and call controls, automatic climate control, and a rear defogger. The instrument cluster combines analog dials with a small mid-screen that displays fuel efficiency, trip info, and system alerts. It's not cutting edge, but it covers all the basics well. Long-distance driving in the XL7 is a pleasant affair. The seating position is high and commanding, visibility is excellent thanks to large windows and slim pillars, and the overall comfort level is ideal for families planning weekend getaways or daily commutes. The air conditioning is strong, with dedicated rear vents for both the second and third rows, ensuring consistent cooling even in hotter climates. When you compare the XL7 with other vehicles in its segment, like the Mitsubishi Xpander, Honda BR-V, or even smaller SUVs like the Hyundai Venue or Kia Sonet, you'll find that it carves a unique niche. It's not pretending to be a high-end SUV, nor is it stuck in the MPV mold. Instead, it blends the best of both worlds, style, space, affordability, and functionality. It offers a better ride height than most sedans or hatchbacks, which urban buyers appreciate, yet it avoids the bulk and fuel-guzzling nature of true body-on-frame SUVs. Another advantage Suzuki offers with the XL7 is its extensive service network and reputation for reliability. Maintenance costs are relatively low, and spare parts are widely available, which adds to the overall ownership experience. Resale value is another strength, especially in markets where Suzuki holds a strong brand presence. The 2025 model might not be revolutionary, but the incremental improvements across the board, from styling to infotainment, from cabin comfort to safety, make it a more compelling option than before. It's designed for families who want something practical and spacious but also care about looks and comfort. It's perfect for those who may not want a full-sized SUV but still need 7 seats and good ground clearance for occasional rough roads or floods during rainy seasons. For city dwellers, it offers a stress-free driving experience with compact dimensions and excellent visibility. For long-distance travelers, it promises space, reliability, and comfort. And for budget-conscious buyers, it's a package that doesn't demand too many compromises. If you're in the market for a family car that can do a bit of everything, school runs, road trips, weekend shopping, or even the occasional outstation drive, the Suzuki XL7 2025 proves itself as an all-rounder that delivers more than what you'd expect at its price point. Let me know if you'd like this adapted into a voiceover-ready format or split into YouTube segments.